days of the week and I have nothing done. Hello, hi, my name's Celine and welcome to my digital cafe. So, like I was freaking out about in the intro, I don't have any of my references finished yet. Let's fix that. Celine, what's art fight? If you haven't been in the same art circles that I have for the past 4-ish years, let me explain to you very quickly what art fight is. Art fight is an annual event that is hosted in July on the official art fight website, where artists split into teams and attack each other by drawing each other's OCs, or original characters. You can revenge people that attack you by drawing their OCs back. You can still attack other people in your same team, and that's specifically called a friendly fire. Although art fight does have a competitive theme, this is all done in good fun and not actually supposed to be taken seriously. It's an art gifting game. The whole premise of the game is supposed to be having fun and making friends. So with that explained, there's still the issue of me not having my references finished yet. Back in March of this year, I revived my account I made back in 2024. I started to add my main OCs, then over the months I added more and more, and now I have 16 characters up. I understand that's not a lot of characters for most. It is for me though. I don't even have 10 characters up on my unveil. So you had since March to redo references. They're all almost done now at this point, right? Well, no. I was kind of focused on other things up until the end of May to now all of June. And then I remembered, art fight is nearing. So really, I've only had about a month to focus on refs. This video is mainly an intro and promo post for my art fight and characters. I've already somewhat advertised my art fight account on Artificer's stream.
812. Okay.
Anything but me.
Let's change
Anything
that.
but me.
812.
Can we do anything
Who
but me?
do we get? 398.
Okay, please.
Okay, let's
Not me,
find
not
you.
me,
398.
I'm not ready.
Three,
I'm not ready.
nine,
I'm not ready.
eight.
I'm not ready.
All right.
Not ready.
This is. S. Valentine.
No!
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 If you are here, I hope you're here. Okay. And they want me to look at any of their.
And, well, quick, she did already show off some of my characters I really wanted to be drawn, my unmasked OCs. So I'm taking the rest of this video to talk about the others that she didn't show. Starting off with my other unmasked AU OCs. Unmasked is a heroes versus vigilante story about me and my friends, because I love them. The only two that weren't shown off by Artie are somehow very conveniently me and Kaden. Let's start off with Kaden. Kaden Nishigori is the unmasked version of my actual close friend, Kaden. He's a normal college kid by day and superhero fail by night. You know, typical teenage young adult guy trying to make the most of himself. I joke that Kaden is just the average anime protagonist, and I'm gonna be honest, in this AU he kinda is. I mean, he's the straight man in this group of hybrids and characters with clearly more extraordinary powers than him. The one he's closest to is another teenager that's thrown into the same issue as him. They both are trying to pay for their higher education by selling their bodies and abilities to the government and joining a military force. He's one of very few that have a superpower in general, not even mentioning that it's very limited compared to his peers. It's pretty discouraging, but that's why he's a hero. He's there to save those in need and give hope to the others like him. Gosh, enough about that freak. Time for me to yap about the best character, me. I'm gonna lump all my sonas together for this. Let's start with Cupid. Celine S. Valentine is a normal civilian that took it upon himself to try to pick up the slack that the heroes left behind. He's so very magical girl inspired and might or might not be inspired by a certain avian from Double Hearted. I have very not obvious fixations, if you can tell. He also has a bunch of body horror elements, since his power is the ability to change the appearance of inanimate inanimate objects, and the only living thing he can actually change is himself. A couple of years prior to the story, he shifts so much that he forgets who he is, and he has to rebuild a new identity from scratch. Because of this, he has a binder full of every measurement, textile, and other information for every identity he has now. He has this inky form whenever he's having any mental struggles / identity issues that I haven't drawn out yet, but it's just an inky version of his normal form. Think something akin to Berserker Tia from Prism Corps. It's not locked in yet, but there's this one concept I have of Seraphim being Nightshade, Archangel, and Cupid team, getting captured, and Cupid can't handle being away from their friends. The only people that tether their sanity and also having their binder being torn away from them, they become this inky monster and is thrown into an isolation chamber where Fail occasionally visits. I'll leave it there and explain or show them off at a different time, but for now, next is my Minecraft Sona / skin. It's just my Sona, but Minecraft. Okay, but seriously. Valentine is a moon that crashed into their planet and then decided to be a world jumper. They eventually run into and are forced into being. That's about it, and you can have fun working with any of that lore. But finally, for this trio shape-shifting purple freaks, is my regular persona, Celine Val. It's just, what if I was a silly little maid in a game from like early 2010s? They also give me virus vibes. He's not one, but you can play around with that. It's all for fun. Next, my favorite girly, my baby that I've had for over a decade and that has grown with me my whole life, Seraphina Mayfield. Seraphina is a very closed-off woman. She's constantly surrounded by others, but she still feels lonely. Her emotions are stunted. She throws herself into her work and doesn't think she needs any help mentally. It's a burden. Why would she ever need help with that? Her life's purpose is just to help and guard the king. If she can't do that, just because she's a little sad one day, then she shouldn't do anything. She's in the constant spiral of just thinking she's not human and feeling alienated from everyone while being accepted by others. It's a dilemma of her not taking actions to interact with those in her life, but also those people in her life not taking enough initiative to push her, at least until someone comes along who won't let her stay alone. I think that's enough about Seraphina for now. Let's move on to a fandom OC for a change of pace. Susanoo is my only Genshin OC currently. He's a pyro bow user with a taunt mechanic. Okay, I know what it looks like, but he was designed and planned way before Fontaine. The only Linny content we had when Susanoo was concepted was that original Genshin trailer. Anyways, Susanoo is a young kitsune from Inazuma who was raised by Yai Miko until he needs to be sent away with a friend of Yai, that being my best friend's OC, Piotr. Before anyone asks, yes, they co-parent. No, it's not OCX canon. Yai and Piotr are just gay. That's why their son is the gayest person in Teyvat. They travel the world as Piotr is raising Susanoo, and eventually they reach Piotr's detective agency in Fontaine, where Susanoo spends the rest of his childhood and the beginning of his adulthood, while still traveling on occasion for work. Yes, this does mean that he joins his father's detective agency and is part of the reconnaissance division. Theoretically, he would meet the traveler and be introduced during the first Fontinalia event to bridge the gap between Fontaine and Inazuma, probably alongside his dad. The rest of his lore is all scattered, so I'll leave him there. So, because I want this video to release soon, that's all I'll be saying here. If you want to know what my other OCs are like and what extra little lore bits you can get, you'll have to check them out on my art fight. Some extra incentive for checking my account out is if you follow me, I'll bookmark at least one of your OCs, and I don't know, extra for every attack I'll do 5 push-ups. If you want to make me struggle, go ahead.